Good evening, everyone, and hello. Warm welcome to Mystery Monday tonight here live on Facebook, and thank you very much if you're catching the replay. My name is Lucia Visentin and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. As you pop on, do say hi. Would love to know who's about, and catch up and say hi. Do you know what I haven't got? Sorry, I just have to come over and click my computer because I've left my mouse upstairs. So let me just get this sorted. And I will be with you. Here we go. That's better. That's good. Hope you've had a great weekend. John and I have spent the week in Cairns this week. So I have come home and I'm all nice and rugged up because it was, we had gorgeous weather. It was, I think it was about 27 every day. So it was gorgeous. Thank you, Natalie. Very relaxing. So I did take some work to do there. So I got some Stampin' Up in as well. So hopefully I will have prices for our paper share shortly. Look, I don't think it will be any more than $70, but I will work it out properly for you. Thank you, Glenda. It was wonderful. We did have a lovely time. Thank you. And what else? I am going to get my retreat sorted as well. So the suite that I'm using tonight, or the products I'm using tonight, is what I will be using for our retreat in October. September card class is almost sold out. I think I have one more kit left, and that's all as of now, at least. Before I went on, the other thing that's happening is the 15% off in colour products is still on sale. Hello Fiona, how are you? So do get in because what are we today, the 25th, so we're nearly at the end of the month again. So the products I'm showing you, it does mean that they will be available shortly too. So the new catalogue is coming out. I have the new catalogues here. They will be getting sent out this week. So if you haven't let me know that you would like one, do, and I can pop one of those in the mail for you if you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator currently. Quite happy to do that. What else have I got to say? In colour, that's probably it for now. So like I said, exciting times though. We're going to have some great new products coming up though. Good evening, Elizabeth. How are you? So like I said, the big thing that is still happening though is the in colour products. Remembering that it is not just in colours. There's also quite a few designer series papers that also have in colours in them, which are on sale. So do be sure when you're online, it does tell you about the sale, and you can just click on that and it'll tell you all the different things that are on sale. We are definitely both, well, I'm rested. I say I am. John was actually at a conference, so he was working. So we did get the last couple of days off to ourselves, and did go over to Fitzroy Island, which was really lovely. So did a glass bottom boat and had a look at the coral, and it was really lovely. It was very enjoyable and very relaxing, and beautiful and warm. Like not too hot, but it was just warm. Yes, he was working for most of it. He also caught a cold, so he's not down here with me tonight. He's upstairs so that he doesn't cough away in the background as well. So now tonight I am doing something a little bit different for me. It is a fancy fold and it is called a Floating Hammock Card. I did have a downline that showed it to me. I thought, oh, this could be quite interesting. So I've done it in, she had it all done up in inches, and it was quite a large card. So I have made it a lot smaller. So it fits one of our envelopes as well. So hopefully, I haven't made it yet. So this is the first time I'm making it. So hopefully it does work out. We'll see soon enough anyway, I'm sure. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. That's fine. That's card making. Not everything is perfect all the time. So let's turn it over and we will have a look. Okay, let's just get ourselves a little bit sorted. Okay, that looks like it's pretty straight. Lovely. Alrighty, so these are the products I am using. So this is called Christmas Tags and More. They are 6x6. I have shown them to you before when I did the unboxing, and I am also going to use this ephemera pack, which is a Greetings for You mix and match ephemera pack, because I thought that would go nicely. So there is actually no stamping in this. Hi Rochelle, how are you? So like I said, it will be interesting. Like it is different. I will show you what I've done. That's the ephemera, so I'll show you that in a moment when we get to using it. Now these papers, there are only 4 designs in here. Okay, so 4 designs, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sheets of each. So you've got this one here that are pretty much already tags that you could cut up with a beautiful gingham back. Then we have this one here, which is what I am using tonight, and that also has a what do you call it, mistletoe on the back. And I have this one here, which is just baubles, not just baubles. And these you could actually, like, you could cut the side off, and that's a card front then as well, and use that on the inside of your card, or use it for a completely different card as well. And that has Secret Sea, I think is the colour on the back of that one. And then we have a plaid with some green. I'm going to say shamrock, but I could be wrong. Let me have a look. Let me just put this on top, because otherwise I'm going to flip this over and everything's going to come out of it. Oh, it doesn't say there. Here we go. Garden green and soft sea foam are the greens that it says are in it. So the other thing that this has is 2 sheets of ephemera as well. Sorry, 2 different sheets, but you get 2 sheets of them. So you've got 2 sheets of that one and 2 sheets of this other one. Okay, so I'm going to use some of the ephemera in this as well. Good evening, Joan. How are you? I'm kind of not keeping up with my comments very well here, am I? And hi, Helen. Hello, hello. So let's put this aside for now. We'll grab that back out later. I don't need all of these papers at the moment, so we'll pop those aside also. What I will show you is my template that I have made up. It is a great pack of DSP. I think I am going to use it quite a bit, and like I said, I will use it for my retreat as well and see how I go. So this is the card base, and it's like a gatefold card. So what I have here is a card base that measures 27 centimeters by 14.85, and I have scored it from each end at 3 centimeters and 8.25, and then same from this end, 3 centimeters, 8.25. So then I've done a valley and a mountain fold, and then a valley and a mountain fold, so you'll get it so it meets up in the center. Okay, so the thing that's a little bit different about this, as in the hammock bit to it, is there is some window sheet. So the window sheet, do you know what? I haven't got the measurements for this, so let me grab a ruler. It's not quite long enough. I believe there was something I hadn't written down. So this is 18 centimeters and I have scored this at 1 centimetre and 5 centimetres from each end. And I have done a valley and a mountain and a valley and a mountain with this too. So I've just scored it at those places and done the folds. Okay. Good evening, Anne. I hope you had a great weekend. So what's going to happen is that's going to sit on the inside of our card, and we've got somewhere to pop some little elements. I hope it is interesting, Patty. Thank you. We'll see how we go. So like I said, that is the basis of our card. So then I've also written down all the other little bits. So I'm going to do 2 mounts. I'm going to make the card in white. I'm going to have a red mount, and then I'm doing another white mount. So it's anyway, it's completely different to what I started out with. So I've got 10.2 by 14.65 for the first one, and then I've only gone down 2 millimeters. So then I've gone 10 centimeters by 14.45. So that's those 2 there. Then these ones, I actually need 4 of these, because I'm actually going to put something here and here, because that's the front of the card. So number 1, I just need 1. Number 2, I'm going to need 4. So my first mount is 5 by 14.65, and the second is 4.8 by 14.45 and 4. So we're going 1, 2 and 3 and 4. And these bits are going to flip open, and we've got 2.8 by 14.65 and 2.6 by 14.65. So like I said, I did want to be organised tonight, because I was actually in a meeting just before this, so I didn't have a lot of time. I just haven't had a lot of time today anyway. We only got back yesterday, and I've been doing a little bit of running around for the boys as well. So this is my card base. I have done it in white. They're all my score lines. Meets up in the middle. Okay. So what I have done then is I have got the red for all my mounts. So my one in the middle there. And then I've got 4 of this size and 2 for the little ones at the front. So on the back, I'm going to pop that. Might go the other way. So this I have actually used the Glass and Garden embossing folder on it as well, which is a little mini embossing folder. So that can be used in your mini cut and emboss. I did use the thick white, but in saying that, I didn't use my thick white for my mounts, because I thought it would all just get a little bit too heavy then as well, Anita. So yes, the card is thick white, but these embossed pieces I have done in just our regular white. So like I said, they're all embossed on top of those. Now for these 2 little front bits, just for something different, I've put the red again, but I've actually cut up some of this paper. I'm just going to use that little bit at the front there. So like I said, it's not got a lot on it, but just a little bit. And then I can show you what we're going to do inside. So when we're popping all this together, so I will do a little bit of gluing. These 2 bits we don't want to pop on yet, because we need to put our hammock in first before we sit those 2 pieces on here. It is online, and it goes with Natalie, the Celebratory Sips suite. So if you look for the Celebratory Sips suite, and this will be, the embossing folder will be in with all of that as well. So let us get started. I will pop this, I'll take a photo of it, and I'll pop that up with the picture of the card done when I finished it all. So let us get started. So this one here, as you can see, there's all of that has been embossed. I've embossed it twice. So I've popped this through half of it that way, and then I've turned this around and done the other half that way. So I've still got that full piece embossed. So in saying that, this piece here you couldn't do in your mini because it will be too wide. These other little bits you can, and this one you could keep plain, or you could just do some blending or spritzing or something like that to make it a little bit different. So let's get a little wriggle on and start making this. So like I said, these have only got a tiny little border around them because I have only increased the size by 2 millimeters. So that is literally 1 millimeter all round. So that's going to go in the center, and then let's get all these sorted. And I've used these on the proper side. A lot of the time with this embossing folder, I have used the deboss side because I really do like the deboss side. But for this card, I have used the embossed side, which just means it's raised on the front side. It's a good way to go. I've nearly dropped all my bits of card on the floor, and I wouldn't have known where they were then. I did that today. I had the twine in my hand, literally in my hand. John came home and I was showing him what I was going to do tonight and lost the twine. Could not find it anywhere. And I tidied up. So I had a completely clean desk. My desk has 2 shelves in front of me, and under the shelves there's a little bit of a hole where I store things, and that's where my ribbon, my twine got to today. So I did go and hide. Hello Vicky, how are you? I have got kits almost ready to go for our class, but I'm thinking I won't send them until next Monday because otherwise you've got them like way ahead. But I did make sure that I did have them all organised before we went away, because I just thought you never know what happens, and as it did happen, John has come back a little ill. So I just wanted to be completely organised before we went away, which I think does pay off sometimes. I've got that one just a little bit crooked. And one more. Yeah, sometimes, Natalie, it's worth just getting online when you're placing an order and go through those online exclusives because there are ultimately some things that do hide there that we do miss. And I'm going to say we all miss them sometimes too. So it is worth getting on and just checking out what's there. And I have done that one already. Okay, so I can start sticking them actually in the card now. You have got the back of this card. Actually, I don't have a piece to stick on, but the back of the card's white anyway. So you have got the back of the card to write on, which would be quite good. And can't remember. So just a tiny little border here as well. And then these ones. Yes, so these 4 small ones, I have just used the edge of the embossing folder. So I've just put it up to where the embossing stops on the, actually I can show you this way. I've popped it in, so it's pretty much gone in that way, and I've just got all of those tops of the lines into it. Okay, but when I did that last one, I've actually embossed half of it that way and then flipped it over and did the other half that way. So you possibly can see, I don't know whether you can, there is a little bit of a line there where I've matched them up, but we are going to have the hammock over that, so you're not going to be able to notice it too much. And to be honest, I don't think you notice it much at all anyway. It hides pretty well, I think. So how many people have started their Christmas cards already? I was going to say, I think I've only done the few I've done for lives. I haven't done anything else apart from these. But maybe whilst you've not got too much on, it's a good idea to knock a few off now so that you haven't got quite as many to do just before Christmas, because I always find I am rushing mine towards the end, which is not a good thing. Okay, so that's going to go in that way. These ones are going on these bits here. Okay, so that one there and that one there. Waiting for the retreat. Yeah, well, you'll get a few done in the retreat, so that'll be good. And you'll have heaps left over. So like I said, if we're using these papers here, the good thing about these is you'll have all those papers, like 8 sheets to do tags with. And if you didn't want to do tags with those, they're great for the base of a card, not the base of a card, but the basis or the focal point for a card as well. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, Anisha, you are good. Yeah, like I said, I think I just need to get myself a bit more organised, and even to be involved in groups like that would be a great thing too. Okay. So there you go. That's our card so far. Then I've got these 2 little bits. So these, I will stick them onto their mounts. 40 done already. Oh my God. Are they for yourself, Fiona, or are they orders for customers? Oh, that is an awesome start. Oh, Christmas shopping. I think I've done... Well, I was going to say I think I've done a little bit, but our problem is both of our boys' birthdays are October, end of October and November. So in my head, I think I've started Christmas, and then I go, oh, do you know what? It's probably their birthday gifts, not their Christmas. So when they were younger, I used to be super organised, and I would have all my Christmas shopping done by September. And now I think I don't know how I used to do that, because now September I'm not even thinking of Christmas. Well, we're nearly September now, aren't we? That's scary, isn't it? We're nearly September. This year is just flying by. Okay, so like I said, so these I have actually just cut from the edge of that. Okay, so I've just cut 2 bits off there. And like I said, we will stick those on there. So that's how that will look when it's finished. But what I want to do now is let's have a little play with this, because this is going to be our little hammock that's going to sit in our card. Now, we can sit it anywhere we like in the card. Yeah, birthdays in December are not fun, are they? 4 birthdays in December. Yeah, see, that's not good. Yep, same Kay. I get you, and Anita. Oh, was your dad's Christmas order? Oh, I'm so sorry, Fiona. I'm sure they will all go to good use still. So, like I said, that's going to sit up a little bit. And what I wanted to do was use... Now, I have also put some tear and tape just behind those end little flaps, because that's what's going to stick onto this bit here. Okay, so yeah, see, our kids are a little bit the same. Ours are 20, will be 21 and 23 by Christmas. So, mind you, they still like Christmas gifts though, so we haven't been able to give them away, that's for sure. We went without Christmas stockings one year and they looked at me like I had two heads. So here I was thinking of just popping a few things onto here. So let's have a look what we actually have. Excuse me. So, and I like, because I've used the red, I might just pick up the red a little bit in the ephemera that we use. Do a little bit of that kind of thing. That's 3 pieces. Probably don't want, so we're kind of looking at that sort of thing. I do also want to pop, so let's have a look at what we're popping on as well here. So I was thinking of using a joy on the front because that's one of the biggest sentiments here. Now these are all sticky backed as well. And then I thought we might use something in the center as well. We might go, 'tis the season. How about we do that? So then we know exactly what we're working on. So let's have a look. I'll keep those bits of ephemera up there because, like I was saying, on the front here, I'm going to do that and that. And then I am going to put the joy across the two. I will only stick it to one side though, because if I obviously stick it to both, I'm not going to be able to open it. And the other thing I might do is use the twine that we used last week, which is from the, it's an online exclusive that will be up and about soon. So it went with that elegant Christmas suite. So I was thinking we might just do sort of a few little, either that or a bow behind. Let's have a look. Did I find the bows? I can do the bows easier than those loops. The loops I can never get to look right. I'm not very good with them. So play to your strengths. And if a bow's it, do a bow. So we might just pop that behind there a little bit, just so that we've got something else there, because I don't actually have any gold gems. Excuse me. So that will be fine there. So that's that bit sorted. Now let's bring this back down again. The calisthenics looked amazing, Anita. Those girls are absolutely awesome. Their costumes would have been fantastic. I would go just to see the costumes, I think. Oh, do you know what? There's actually this tiny little bow. How's that on that bauble? It just brings out that, and then we've got the same bow on both of them too. Do you know what? That's probably nearly enough in there. I don't think it kind of needs any more. Like we could put something in the background. So if we did that kind of thing, actually, if we did the mistletoe at the top, because mistletoe generally hangs upside down, doesn't it? Because it hangs from the ceiling. And then we could put this little one at the bottom here and then have these hanging in the center. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy with that. So actually, you know what, let's just get these out of the way so then I'm not losing things. Yeah, Yeah, like I said, the costumes would definitely be my kind of thing, being a dressmaker. Just reaching over to grab some glue dots. So this piece here, you can actually have as thick or as thin as you like, and I don't think I told you a width. So it was 5 centimetres by, wrong way, 5 centimetres by, let's stretch him out. If he was flat, I reckon it's 18. Scored at 1 and 5 each end. I think I did say that, but there we go again. So let's pop him and him behind. Now, because these fold up, you want to make sure that whatever you're putting in fits the little bit here that's folded up. You could make this a little bit wider, because the other thing I was thinking after I did it was these hoops that we used last week would actually fit in the center. So if you made this so that that base middle bit was wider, you could actually fit that hoop in the middle, and then your hoop would be floating in the middle of your card as well. So that could actually be pretty awesome. I did only think of that after I had done everything for the card, so sorry ladies, we could do that again another time. So let's start getting some of these onto our card. Like I said, just making sure everything's still going to fold up nicely. I hope it's nice and Christmassy. Like I said, the papers and the ephemera definitely do help. So put our little candy canes. I think the glue dots are probably best on this, only because you've got the plastic. I feel that the liquid glue would just make it too slippery, and I don't know whether things would stick very well to it, or it would take a while to dry at least anyway. Now this glue dot I'm actually going to take off, roll it in my finger, on my finger, and pop it behind. So what I'm doing is just making that glue dot a little bit smaller so it fits behind that bow. And we'll pop that there. And we did have the 'Tis the Season, so we might just pop that at the bottom there. Let's just make sure I've got it straight. Okay. And like I said, these are stickers, and they have got a little split in the middle, just like that, so it's easy to take those backs off them. So pop him the right way, straighten him up. There you go. Okay, and these little bits we can stick in as well. You could put the liquid. Ah, that's a good idea. Gems on the baubles would work. They would, but do you know what? The only things I have are the white. Let me see what I've got. I do have, oh actually they're white and gold. They might work. I don't know whether they're still current. But I do have some old ones here mixed in with my new ones, which probably isn't a good thing. Let's have a look at these ones. So these are Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. But there are these ones here which are just white and gold. So we could actually, let's have a little go here. You are right, Patty. Could even, I know that there's little triangles. covered them, no one would know. And they've still got just that touch of gold on them as well. And let's go. Could even put one in there as well. How's that? Okay. Yeah, there was only a few there. Like I said, John, I don't know whether they're all current or not. They're probably not. I do have to go through them and sort them, I think. So I'm just going to pop that so that sits inside. So I'm not putting any dimensionals on anything. I know we do have the gems there, but we do want this to close as well. So if I put too much dimension in here, then things won't close properly. There you go though. How's that? I think that's actually quite a nice look. We could add more, like there are some gifts and other bits and pieces, but I think I do like it as it is. The only other thing, no, do you know what? Just leave it. You do have to have the right ones. You're right, Anita. And sometimes they're just not there. So you just have to buy some more then. Hi, Annette. How are you? So I think with mine, I am going to sit it in the centre. So then it's just going to close up that way. So let's pull the backing off. And now the good thing about this is when we stick this over the top, that is going to cover it all up as well. Okay, so I am just going to fold that up. So then I'll get the other one lined up perfectly. Take the back off. Take half the back off. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Just going to burnish that a bit more just so it's on properly. Then we can stick, I think they go the other way, then we can stick these on. One side and then the other side. Okay, pop that one on. And then we have our joy. So the joy I was wanting to put just down here. Now I am going to take the sticky off the back, but so that the other side isn't sticky anymore, I'm going to dab the back of it with my embossing buddy, because that will take a lot of the sticky off the back. Because I'm a bit worried. Oh, let's see. I just go from there and there. Let's see. Let's see if I can just pull that off half of it. Usually I wouldn't just pull the half off because you're usually sticking the other half down, but if we're not sticking that other half down, we're probably going to be right. So let's just see how we go. I think that will work okay actually. Let's do that. And pop, oh, I haven't cut that off yet. Let us cut this off. And if you saw me last week, I actually wound this up, but I put a little snip in my reel, so then I can just poke my end there and I know where my end is. Let's get rid of these bits. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to lift that up a little bit. Let's see if we can sit that under the eye. So you could actually put a belly band on this to keep it down and flat, but I kind of feel, is the red card real? Yes, it is real red. Yes, only take half off. Yep, that's definitely a good idea. So what I was going to say is you could put a belly band on it, but I feel that because when the recipient gets this card, they're not going to want to keep the belly band on it. They're actually going to open it. So because it's something that's going to sit on a shelf opened, I'm not going to put a belly band on it at all. So it's not going to sit completely flat. Like I said, once it's in the envelope, it will, but when it's on your shelf, it's going to be open anyway. So that is our card there. Now what we could do, you've got, like I said, all the back to write on, and I didn't cut anything out to put on the back, and I don't think I will. I think it's probably best just to write on here because it is already quite thick. The Peaceful Garden is gorgeous, and the Jolly Delivery is wonderful as well. I have showed them a little bit, so we'll have to use them a bit more. And we have got those gems, so we could stick some more of those gems on the front as well. Actually, we could probably pop one on the eye. Let's just have a look. Just one on the eye. Oh, absolutely, Elizabeth. I don't mind at all. Don't mind at all. Like I said, it was Sam Calcott that had done the fold, but she had done her card. I can actually show you. This is my workings out from today. So I get grid paper and I start measuring things up and folding things. And so her card today was that big. So she sort of had that size up to there. So it was a massive, massive card. Whereas I have scaled that all down. So her I think that was inches, 10.5 inches by 8 inches, but she had 2 bits of cardstock that she put together. Whereas I've just pared it all down, and here's all my little bits of measuring here. Like I said, you probably cannot understand any of it, but that was where I got, like I started off with the middle of my card, then came out, just to work it all out. I thought I'd seen this card the other day. Yes, and hers was just all, she had, let me think, sponged or blended all the papers that she had used behind it. Like I said, I think that's, let's get rid of my workings out. I think that's quite a sweet little card though. And something a bit different, and it just, I think it's really nice that it just floats. if you find that you've burnished it a little bit too hard, you can unburnish that a bit so then it does sit open a little bit more as well. Yeah, like I said, hers was way too big and would not fit in an envelope, whereas, let me just grab an envelope. This one here I've done as a regular card size, so it's 10 centimetres by 14.85. That will fit perfectly into an envelope. Thank you, Delaney, and thank you, Natalie. Thank you. So that is our little card for tonight. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've loved that card. Like I said, it was something a little bit different for me, and I did have to, like I said, I did have to work it all out. But once I'd worked out all the measurements, it was actually, it is quite easy to make. So, thank you. I did have to use my little maths brain for this one, that's for sure. But I think I got there in the end. So like I said, tomorrow I will put up a photo of my measurements of my, this bit here. I'm sorry, I'm going completely blank. But of my mock-up, and then I will have a photo of the card as well. So thank you again, everyone. Do have a go. I'd love to see what you do with it, Anita. I would like to make it again, like I said, using the modern Christmas suite, so the golds and black and white, and one of those rings in the centre. So that'll be my next one that I will play with. So like if you do make it, I would love to see what you actually come up with, because I think it would just be gorgeous to see all the different variations that we could make. So thank you. Hopefully this week I will be up on Thursday, and I will see you then. If you're not around Thursday, I will see you next Monday. Have a lovely week, everyone, and we will catch up with you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.